professional photographer, also known as Kevin Cute. Well, this video is for color grade. If you are a professional photographer, you want to learn how to color grade, this video we're going to teach you how to have your unique style. If you have been struggling about some colors, well, this video might help. So just sit back and relax. Make sure you click the subscribe button and like button. And follow us while we take you through the process of the edit. Alright guys, now this is camera raw filter. Yeah, I took this image with Nikon D750. Yeah, we have Lightroom, we have Caption One, we have other color editing software and apps. We have Lightroom mobile, we have Snapseed and others. Well, this tutorial is just all about camera raw. I'm doing the color grade on camera raw. Well, this is Photoshop 2021. This is how the camera raw filter is like. When you put your image in camera raw, it appears like this. So I'm going to show you how I mostly color grade, the steps I mostly use, and everything I do when I color grade. So just stick around and make sure you subscribe so that you can get notification. Well, if you are watching this and you know how to color grade already, you might learn something. Well, I'm breaking it down. I'll show you some little secret that you might not know. So, well, let's go through the basics. Now, in the basics, it's just to correct exposure and balance your image. Yeah, because we have temperature, we have tint. Well, all I'm going to do here is just balance the exposure. Yeah, I'm going to reduce my highlights. Then pop out my shadow. Well, we all know how to do this. If you're a professional photographer, you should know how to balance your image. Yeah, so I'm going to brush through here. So we'll go to the color grade section immediately. Yeah, then I pop out the shadows and all that. Well, just watch while I balance the image. So guys, I'm done here. I don't usually spend much time here. So the next place I'm gonna go to is supposed to be curve. Though that's the way they arranged it, but according to the steps I'm showing you, I'm supposed to go through the curve and tell you about the curve. But do I do my image? I make sure I balance my colors first. That's using the color mixer. We all know that the curve have red, green, and blue. Well, using the curve, for example, pulling the blue down is giving you yellow. Now you see, looking at this image, I don't really know what to do. That's how I really edit. When I take pictures, I don't really think of the colors until I start editing. So I don't know if you get my point. So I'll take you through the process so you can understand. So the next place I'm going into is color mixer. I'm using the color mixer next. I just want to balance the colors. I'm not touching the details because details is about your sharpness of the image. So we are doing colors today, so I'm leaving that aside first. So I'm using the color mixer to balance the image, the colors of the image. So as you can see, we have red, green, orange, yellow, blue, magenta. So if you can look at the image, you find out that we have yellow, some cyans, some greens, little bit of blue, and as usual orange, the skin color. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I balance the image, because as you can see, the image have too many colors in it. You get, so it will look distracting. So first, what I do, I like to reduce some colors. Now I've reduced the yellow. As you can see, I've erased the saturation of the wall. Now the trick is that having too many colors in your photo, it doesn't look nice. Everything will just pop out and your eyes won't be fixed on your subject. Your eyes will be everywhere. The image will look distracting. You can't place your focus on something in the image. So as you can see, other photos that I've shot that the foreground colors and the background color are different, or you might see like this idea, the skin color is different from the entire image. So that's what I'm going to do. That's how most people like their color. Me especially, I like colors that way. So, and that's mostly how I edit. So I'm reducing yellow, firstly, because these colors they are almost everywhere in the picture, so I just want to desaturate some so we can place our focus on some particular colors. So I've reduced the yellow right now, as you can see in the image, which is located on the wall. I've reduced it. Now let's check another color, for example. So which color do we try first? Okay, after the yellow, I think we'll try the cyan. Let's try the cyan on the windows. As you can see, there's not enough blue in the image, but let's try increasing the colors of the blue. You see, this is Nikon for you. So as you can see in the image, you must find the blue in the white. That's how Nikon usually do. So but I don't really want to push the blue upward, so I'm reducing the blue. Eventually I'm reducing the blue. It's too much. So but people like to leave their image like this, but I don't really like that. So I'll tilt the color a little to see if any other color works. So I think I've seen a color that I would like to use, which is a little bit of teal. Yes, like this. So let's go to the orange section. Like the orange section, I've already increased the saturation, like you see here. I just increased it now. As you can see, I increased the luminance, which is the light in the color. The image is still looking distracting though, so I need to desaturate some colors so we can place our focus on something in the image. So but mind you, there's not enough depth in this image because the girl is close to the wall. Assuming she is very far away from the image, we will have a depth. We can easily focus on the subject or the background. Usually, depth of field can also place your focus on images, but in a situation like this, color grade will be very helpful in placing color, so in placing focus, sorry. So let's reduce the greens, for example. Now see, I really like what I'm getting by reducing the green. So let's see what we can do with the red. So just watch closely. So I'll just tilt the colors of the red a little, then increase the saturation. Now looking at this image alone, I have not touched anything apart from the color mixer and the basic. I have not touched the curve. Now this is how the image look like. So you get, this is just what I did with the color mixer. You can see the difference already. There's a lot more you can do with the color mixer. It's depending on you and what you want in your image, how you want your colors to look like in your image. Most people might leave their colors like this, but I still have more to do in this image. I'm not done yet. So as you can see, I tilt the blue in address a little, though I showed this picture with Nikon. If it was Canon, it won't look like this. So let me try reducing the colors in the window. Now as you can see, it's not really cyan, it's actually blue when I reduce the blue. So I've increased the blue back. So let me leave that section for now. So when I'm okay with my color mixer, the next place I go to actually is the curve. Then I'll check to get a feel for the image, because the image is looking neutral. I don't really like that. I need a feel for the image, so that's when I use my curve. Because most times people actually, me especially, I only use the curve when I want a different feel for the image, like when I want it to look like a warm or a cold environment. I want it to look a bit cold. That's when I tilt the color and all that. But now I need that feel in this image, so that's why I'm in the curve section. So as you can see, opposite of the blue is yellow. So the first thing I'm going to do in this image, during the curve we have blacks, we have shadows, we have midtones, and we have highlights and the whites. So as you can see, those 5 points are the things to check when you want to arrange your curve. So as you can see, I put the red down to see us. Now look at how the image look like. It's reacting. So as you can see now, I'm not doing this. This is very bad. This is a very bad edit. I'm not doing this edit for this image. This science color. Is it science or science? Anyone. So I'm not using the science image. So I'm using the okay. First, let's try the blacks now. Let me show you something about the curve. About the difference between black and shadows in curves. So watch me taking the blacks in the curve. Watch me taking it upward. Now just look at how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. So when I increase the blacks, this is what happened when I increase the black. Now look at the original image and look at the blacks in the image are turning red. So it depends on where you want your red to be at. So I'm taking the point to the middle. That is, I'm working from the shadow to the middle. Now I've raised it up. Now look at how the image look like. I don't know if you guys understand. This is how the image look like when I raised it up from the bottom. That's I'm only working from the middle to the black. Now I raised it up a little. This is the color that it gives. You can also try others. We have others that you can try. So eventually let's just see what we can do with the blue. Now I've increased the blue. I've increased the blue curve. You can also do more with this because now on the blue I just did the from the middle to the shadows. Now this is how it look. Now when I did that, if you notice, you'll find out that the skin color has reduced because the skin color contains a bit of yellow because the combination of red and yellow is the orange and the orange is color of the skin. So I just click on the point in the curve from the shadow to the highlight where the skin color is. So I'm taking it upward to give it a red feel. Now the overall image has this tone of red in it, and I really like the look on the skin though. It's really good. This image is getting better than the natural image that's the before that you can see. So assuming I did not touch the color mixer before going to the curve, now this is how it will look like. So I'm taking the colors, I'm saturating the colors now to the way it was. So just watch and see what I'm trying to explain to you. Now the look of the image is like I just did just the curve. Now I don't really like the colors like this. You might like it, but me personally I don't like this color like this. The grade I did is not just obvious at all. So you won't compare it to when the greens, the yellows, and some other colors were desaturated. Now, desaturating these colors, desaturating these colors now has already created focus on the model. That's on the subject. So let's move to the color grade panel. Now we have theory, the midtone shadows and the highlights. As you can see, there are four midtone shadows, highlight just like the curve. Now the last one is called global. Now same thing with the curve, just that this panel doesn't have the blacks like the curve. Doesn't have the black like the curve. It's just like the color balance and selective colors and the rest other color color tool in Photoshop. It just has shadows and highlights and midtone. So that's how this look like. It's just like the capture one if you are familiar with capture one. So I will show you an example now. When you tamper with this too much, when you have already used the curve, they will overreact. Like they will be intense. The colors will look intense and look too contrasty for my liking. I don't really like it that way, and you won't like it that way. So you need to be careful when you are adding something. But me mostly the most thing I usually do here when I do my curve actually is the global. But now watch me tweak the shadow now. Just look at how it looks like now. It will surely react now. Look at how it's appearing in the image. It's not really good. I don't really like this kind of grade, but you might like it. So that's why you need to experiment after this video. So next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to the global because the global, one thing I like about the global is doesn't have excess contrast when applying So that's why I like it. It's you can actually use it to create the tea and orange look for a photo if you are familiar with that color. So now this is the this is the part where most most colorists or most editors don't understand. So now watch what I'm gonna do now. Increasing the saturation. I've already took the color to 2. Now I'm increasing the saturation so you can see. Now I tried it on 20. This is the color. It's looking too much. Though this is not the mid tone, they work alike. So but I'm reducing this to 15 now so you can see. It's still looking almost the same. So let's try it in the mid tone now so you can see. They're almost the same thing. Now watch. I used 20 for the previous one, so let's try 20 here now. It still look okay, but I don't really use the mid-tone. I prefer the global to it. So I prefer this because the contrast is it's looking more nice than the mid-tone. But I'm reducing it down a little to 15. 15 is okay. I like this. I really love this image this way. So right now I'm done with the color grading section in the camera raw filter. Well, note you can also click this anyhow you want. It doesn't mean that all your colors must be this way, though I really like this kind of look, but that doesn't mean that all picture you do this. But you can do it. Actually, it might be your style. You might decide to make it your style. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, but note I'm doing all this for you to understand how to color and how to use colors, so you won't be spending too much money on presets. You understand? I'm not saying buying presets is not good, but try to understand colors first before thinking of buying presets. There are people who can look at presets and they'll know exactly what someone did. So try to understand colors first. You might find out that you might not even need to buy presets. So it might save your money. So first, what I do is use the color mixer first to balance the color. That's my best advice for any colorist. For photo, I don't really know too much about video coloring, but I do color grading videos. So well, there are other parts in Photoshop that you can also use to color grade without using the camera filter, like the selective color and the color balance, even levels and all that. But we'll talk about that in another video. But this video is just about camera raw filter. So please don't forget to subscribe as you are watching the video. Please make sure you subscribe. You need to subscribe. I don't know why you haven't subscribed yet. So press the subscribe button. Press it. So well, now the next thing in the camera raw section is the optics. Yeah, I'm not really using the optics. That's when you want to balance the perspective of the image, like maybe the way you took the picture wasn't straight and all that. So that's when you use the optics and the geometry. But I'm not using those parts now. The next I'm going to for now is the vignette. Is it vignette or vignette? Well, anyone, it's a good help to direct the light of the image, creating a dark shade around the subject. So watch now. Watch what I'm doing. Let me show what I'm doing. I've reduced the feather now so you can see the range of the light. It will help you to direct the light better. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Now this is a little bit okay, but the shade is getting close to our screen, so I'm adjusting it now so you can understand what I'm doing before I put the feather up. Okay, now the highlight. After the feather, there's an highlight. This is the before and after. Before and after. So guys, I hope you understand what I'm doing. The filter is the highlight priority. So I've increased the highlight in that is those shade around her. Any highlighted part in it will be pronounced. That's why I increased the highlight. So watch, I've increased it. I guess there's none, so but it's fine. I like it out. So having this look, I think we're done for the color grade of today. So I hope you like this video. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate any question you guys have. Please place it in the comment below. Thank you guys, and please make sure you subscribe to this channel. We have more about color grade coming up in this channel, so please subscribe.